Hello everyone, Tommy J here, and today I'm here to show you what I believe are the best ways to build a deck for the Kobolds and Catacombs dungeon run as a warrior. Warrior in general is definitely one of the harder classes to consistently beat, since it feels like it relies much more heavily on the treasures that are available in order to maintain proper momentum. This means that there is a bit more RNG when it comes to the draft, but there are still some pretty solid options, though I definitely draft based on what passives you can pick up. So, there are 3 decks I'm going to recommend in this video. The first and least RNG reliant deck is an Enrage deck. What you'll be looking to draft is mostly Berserker for minions such as Grim Patron or Frothing Berserker that synergize very well with taking damage or having another minion take damage, as well as everybody hurts, to damage and protect them. Other pickups that synergize with this deck include Armor, which can provide minions such as Armorsmith, Taunt and Smash, both of which provide protection for the minions you get from Berserker, and Legendary for the generally good pickups. If you need extra backups, Reinforcer and Recruiter are both alright, however, I would advise against picking up both, since they can effectively make the other a wasted pick. Just as a side note, if you picked up Cloak of Invisibility, Taunt doesn't work, so those minions aren't worth picking up, unless they have some other way to synergize with the deck, such as a Bloodhoof Brave, which also has an Enrage effect. Speaking of Cloak of Invisibility, it and Captured Flag are the best 2 passive treasures by far for this deck, since Cloak of Invisibility will mean that your minions with Enrage are free to go face and can only really be removed by spells, and Captured Flag provides buffs, meaning they can more easily trade or trigger their Enrage without dying. If you have Cloak of Invisibility, Justicar's Ring, which makes your hero power provide 4 armor for 1 mana, or Potion of Vitality, both help you survive and would be the next best. If you don't have Cloak of Invisibility, solid backups would be Glyph of Warding or Crystal Gem, both of which effectively put your minions against cheaper ones early on, allowing for you to more easily trigger Enrages. There are a ton of active treasures that will really help your run, but Gloves of Mugging is the one you want to pick no matter the situation. It's not necessarily about the cards you steal, it's more that without some form of card draw, your opponent will probably only be able to play 1 to 2 cards per turn. Magic Mirror and Amulet of Domination are also great, since they effectively allow you to add minions of your choosing to your deck for the remainder of the run. Wax Rager is a pickup that can single-handedly win games, since it can never really be removed from the board without a silence. Other than the previously mentioned, noteworthy pickups that synergize well with the deck are Wondrous Wand, Boots of Haste, and Horn of Cenarius. The second deck I'd recommend is a Pirate deck. There will be more RNG in the draft, but if you can draft a solid Pirate deck, there isn't a whole lot that can stop you. Ideally, you'll be looking for either Pirates or Charge, both of which can provide Pirates, as well as weapons picks, since they synergize so well with Pirates. Solid additions to the deck would be Armor, to give you some sustainability, or Taunt to protect the Pirates, unless you have Cloak of Invisibility, in which case Legendary would be a suitable substitution for Taunt. Passive treasures would be identical to the first deck. Cloak of Invisibility and Captured Flag at the top, Justicar's Ring and Potion of Vitality if you have Invis, otherwise Glyph of Warding and Crystal Gem. Active treasures would also be the same, minus the Horn of Cenarius, since you'll likely have more Battlecry minions with this deck. The final deck I'd recommend is completely different to the first 2 and is a Taunt Warrior. You'll be looking to draft the Warrior quest, Fire Plume's Heart, which asks you to summon 7 Taunt minions and when you do, provides you with Sulfuris, a 4/2 weapon which changes your hero power to deal 8 damage to a random enemy. The main option you'll be after is Taunt, which will couple well with the loot options Berserker, Reinforcer, Legendary, Weapons, and Armor. The hardest part about drafting this deck is maintaining a solid mana curve, so Scepter of Summoning as well as Captured Flag would be your best 2 passives. Suitable backups would be Crystal Gem for the extra mana, and small backpacks to give you a better chance at having cheaper minions to play. Justicar's Ring would be alright, because when you transition into your Ragnaros-esque hero power, it'll only cost 1, and up until that point it will provide you with some cheap armor. However, I would definitely take the others over it. Active treasures would be more or less exactly the same as the first deck, unless you've picked up Reinforcer more than once, in which case I would avoid Horn of Cenarius. Anyway guys, that's it for the Warrior. If you enjoyed the video or found it useful, feel free to favourite, like, and or subscribe. If you want to see a full 8 out of 8 Warrior run, mine is linked in the description and in the comments. And if you want to see the guides for all other classes, they'll be in the description and around my channel. Thanks very much for watching guys, this has been Tommy J with a guide for Kobolds and Catacombs Warrior Dungeon Run. Have a good one.